What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to take a very detailed image, something with an avatar, shadows, small details, gradients, and all of those effects and turn it into a simpler logo that is much easier to use with a vinyl cutter. And I'm going to use ChatGPT to help me with the idea, the simplification, and direction of the design. This video is especially for two types of people. First, if you're just getting started in the decal, shirt, sticker, or sign business, this is something you need to understand early. Second, if you're a business owner and you are about to pay someone to make your logo, you need to know this before you spend your money. So in this video, my goal is not to destroy the original logo or say that detailed logos are bad. The goal is to create a cleaner version, a version that still represents the business, but is easier to cut, easier to print, easier to read, and easier to use on different products. This is the original image. I'm going to be using CorelDRAW X6 as well as ChatGPT, the paid version, and something that you would probably need to do if you were going to use a digital printer, you would still need to do something about this image. If you zoom in, you can see all of those little details, and let me click on it and show you the height. It's not even 3 inches, so you would still need to use ChatGPT to make it high resolution, but we're not going to do that right now. We just want to make it a little easier to be used on a vinyl cutter. And now let's go back to ChatGPT. If you want to learn more about the prices, just go to Google and type it in. It should give you an idea about the prices and stuff. Depending on when you watch this video, the prices might be a little different. And you can use ChatGPT for so many different things. We use it to create websites, to do thumbnails, all kinds of stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the image. Obviously I'm talking about the original, and this is what I'm gonna type in. Turn this design into a much simpler one, something that can be used on a vinyl cutter. Try to keep colors and same idea. Get rid of avatar, make solid colors. I would need to make a car magnet measuring 24 inches by 12. Now let's send it and see what we get. Let's just wait a few minutes. This may take a little bit. Okay, and this is one of the first idea, actually the only idea that we got. The only thing I see here is like a little bit of different shadows here inside the Our Passion, which is not too bad. I mean, it is still very doable, and I can ask for more ideas and see what we get. This is another option that ChatGPT gave us, which I think is really good too. But let's go back to the first one that we got. I'm going to click on it, and what I need to do, I'm going to download it to my computer. And I'm going to do the same thing with the second option. From there, I'm going to go back to CorelDRAW, and I'm going to show you how easy it is to vector the images since you get them in good definition or resolution. I'm going to go back to downloads and then just bring both images. I'm going to move this to the right side and then this one to the bottom. First, I'm going to start with this one here. And what I'm going to do a bitmaps. So I'm going to select the image, bitmaps, and then outline trace, clip art. I'm going to go ahead and do vector and then just bring it on the side, because I just want to show you real fast how easy it is to vector images like this, except we're going to use different fonts. But I'm going to go back to view and show you wireframe, and these are already vector. See how easy it is. But I'm going to delete that because I'm going to go back to ChatGPT and show you the original idea that we got, since we already did it. But this is the other option, but I'm going to go ahead and delete it. So this was the very first try for this design, which is the same one. And something that I want to mention here is, in case you don't speak much English and you rather use ChatGPT in Spanish, that's another option. That's exactly what I did here, and I'm going to translate what I wrote. It says, make me a design without the avatar, something very simple to be used on a vinyl cutter. Make sure to use all the information that the design has. Also, try to use letters that are very similar. Same with the colors. The resolution has to be 7000 by 7000, and this was the very first option that we got. I'm going to click on it, and once you look at that, I mean, this looks really nice. But something I forgot to mention to ChatGPT is that I needed to make some car magnets, And that's exactly what I did afterwards. I sent back the logo that we got, the option, and then I typed in, can you make same design, just put it on a background 24 by 12. This is going to be for car magnets, and this is what we got. And I really love this one here. In the end, this is what we ended up using, but we did a few changes. So I'm gonna go ahead and download it. Actually, I already downloaded it to my computer. I'm gonna go back to CorelDRAW. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the original image that ChatGPT made for us. I'm going to vector this, and something that I would like to mention here. First, let's go back to the design. I don't really have anything against this design. If we had a digital printer, I would really love to make something like this. Look at like all the little details. There's nothing wrong with this. The only thing is that we just needed to make something easier for a vinyl cutter. The person that ordered these magnets, it's a local person. She owns her own business and she's gonna resell the magnets. In the end, this is how much we sold the magnets. We gave her a good deal, enough for her to make some money. Also, we made some money, and then she's gonna be able to give her customer a good price since we only use a vinyl cutter. By the way, if you are liking this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Remember, if you would like to support this channel, we have memberships available. All you have to do is just go to the join button to see all the options available. By the way, pretty soon we're gonna have the video about the whole process of making the actual magnets, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Now back to the design. I'm gonna go ahead and do a bitmap. So I'm gonna go to the top, outline trace, clip art, and as I mentioned a few minutes ago, since we have a really nice image, good resolution, we should be able to just vector it just a few steps. I'm gonna bring the vector image, and even though I really love the background that it is black, we have done this so many times. We've added black backgrounds to the magnets, and something similar to this, like with the light green and then white, which honestly it would look really nice, but I'm trying to save money, time, so I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna do a white background. And what I need to do first, I'm gonna go and show you how it looks once we do wireframe, and I'm gonna zoom in and look at like all the little details, like the little icons at the bottom, except that we lost a few details here, and that is the reason why I'm gonna go ahead and use a font. I'm gonna replace all the letters here from your yard all the way to precision, power, perfect lawns, even the call or text, and I'm gonna type in capital letters. Once I have the font that I want, then I'm gonna keep typing in the other letters, and I'm gonna try to make it the same size as the original. I'm gonna readjust it. Now I'm gonna type in our passion. It looks about right. It looks almost the same height and everything, and I'm gonna have to repeat the same steps for the bottom. As you guys can see, there's still a lot of work to be done. Nothing compared to how we used to do it before we started using ChatGPT. If you are a business owner and you want to use an image like the one we use today, the best thing that you can do is to have more than one option available. Preferably something that anyone can work with, something like the one ChatGPT created for us. That is, of course, if you don't want to spend a lot of money when making signs for your business. Alright guys, so I finally cleaned the image, and I'm gonna move the whole thing to the top, and I'm gonna use the background, and I'm gonna do the actual size of the magnet. So that's gonna be 24 by 12, and then this will have to be like I'm gonna keep it at 23, and then I'm gonna try to center it and see if we have enough space. We should definitely have enough room to the sides, and I can probably recenter a little bit, but you get the idea of what we did. Now I need to go back and start changing the colors, but this one is going to be white, so I'm going to make it a little bit I'm going to make it gray color, and I'm going to try to use less colors if possible. This is going to be forest green, so I need to find that forest green color. All right, now I'm gonna add a different background so that we can see exactly the combination. I'm gonna send that to the back, and then these are the two different options. Again, I'm not gonna give this as an option, but if we had a printer or if we could order these from Godprint or somewhere else, then this would be a good option. But since we want to use the vinyl cutter, this is what we want to give the person, this option. And as you can see here, the main color is going to be the light green, and we're going to use a few pieces of forest green vinyl, just that section and this section. But in my opinion, it looks really good like this. We still need to add some registration marks and stuff like that, but this video is gonna end up being very long, so I'm just going to either show that in a different video, or we have other videos where we show you how we add those weeding boxes. If you're stuck with a design like the one we handled today, remember that ChatGPT can fix that for you. I know this is going to cost you a few dollars, but nothing compared to how much it would cost you if you hired someone to redesign your logo. And no, we're not sponsored by ChatGPT. There is no coupon code, no link, nothing. So we are not getting paid, but we think it's an amazing tool that anyone should be using it. Before we go, I want to give you a preview of the final product for this project. Remember, if you like this episode, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Remember that if you need to get any equipment or materials, you can get them through our website. That is www.rdidecals.com. Thank you so much, and we'll see you until the next one.